lovelies. So I got a couple requests to do a video on Urban Decay's electric palette. This baby right here. I received this for review a couple of, I want to say maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. And it's kind of just been sitting and I really didn't have the chance to kind of play around with it. But a couple of weeks ago I cranked it out and wow. This video is mainly for my darker skinned women who feel as if they can't wear bright colors. I used to be terrified of wearing bright colors, mainly because I always saw people wearing it incorrectly. You know, pink from your lash line all the way up to your brow. Never been a good idea. So this is going to kind of give you an idea of what this palette can do, if I think you should get it, which the answer is yes. And you know how the colors look on darker skin tone. I've seen a lot of reviews on it, but I haven't really seen any reviews on darker skin. So now that the summer is almost here, you know, you might want to step outside of your comfort zone a little bit and wear some crazy colors. So boom, we're going to talk about this baby right here. Urban Decay developed the electric palette using pressed pigments. So it's not a traditional eyeshadow. These are pressed, little tiny pressed pigments smashed together to create very intense, rich pigmented colors. You see that? These colors are stunning and they're extremely bright. My camera will not be able to show you just how bright they are in real life. This is a close-up of how they look, but this is still not even as bright as they are in real life. Everything is way more intense. And I'm going to swatch them first, and then I'll talk about each shade individually really quickly, just to give you an idea of if this is the kind of palette you want to have, be it if you're a newbie or kind of a veteran in the makeup world. Want to give you a good idea as to if you think you should get it or not. Okay, I have them on my arm, so please excuse me for turning my back to you. But this, I hope, will give you a good idea of how they look, how the colors look on darker complexions. They give you a very diverse amount of shades in this palette. You get a silver, you get a super dark rich blue, you get a magenta, fuchsia pink, deep purples, almost a turquoise, a hot pink, a red orange, which is a rarity in a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and then you get a chartreuse and a mint. It looks like a mint. And what I like most about these shades is that they come in different finishes. So you've got the shimmers, you've got the matte, you've got a nice frost. So they really work great in giving you diverse finishes in addition to colors. So yeah, I'm wearing Savage on my lid, and then I have Urban, which is the purple kind of on my outer V, and then I have Jilted up in my crease a little bit. So, you know, I was surprised at how well this did on my complexion. So as far as application goes, the palette does great at applying really quickly and easily. I can show you right now if I swatch the Chaos, which is one of my favorite colors, that blue there. If I swatch it on my finger, look how rich it is. Crazy, right? So as far as intensity, they get an A+. I'm paying $49 for the palette, so it's good to get a little pencil to go with it. Not a pencil, a brush. Now, who is this palette for? This palette is for anybody who, number one, if you love Urban Decay, get it. It's kind of like a cult fave. This to me would be the kind of palette that people will be talking about in 5 to 7 years. If you're not really one to wear hot pinks and purples, then it's not going to be your ideal palette. But then that's why they have the Naked palettes. You know, that's why they have Naked 1, Naked 2, Naked 3, Naked Basics. This is not for people who would never wear anything outside of Naked, you know. And don't get me wrong, I have Naked 2. I love it. I use it frequently. In fact, I use one of these shades for my brow bone. So I do love having neutrals. I think I'm more of a neutrals girl because that's just me. I don't feel the need to wear hot pink eyeshadow all the time. But these are like the best of both worlds. And with these two, I feel kind of as if, you know, if I were a makeup newbie, I'm complete. However, nobody will ever make a purple eyeshadow like Makeup Forever. Makeup Forever's 92 is the best purple eyeshadow I've ever come across. Ever. It's better. It's yeah, you need it. It's beautiful. Look how gorgeous the palette is. It's eye-catching, and you know, I find it reasonably priced at $49. It's not something that I think is exorbitant. Bobbi Brown came out with the electric or something similar with bold eyeshadow palette a couple years ago, and it was like, I don't know, almost $100, and the eyeshadows were super small. I think it is a fantastic palette for darker girls, for anyone of any complexion, but really for people who are trying to build their eyeshadow collection and just need some diversity. They need something other than the browns and the burgundies, and you know, just wanted to step outside of their comfort zone a little bit. I think this palette is wonderful for that. Oh, actually, actually, now that I think about it, I'm looking at Urban Decay's website and they have a big warning that says slow burn, savage, jilted, and urban contain a color that is not approved for the eye area. So it's an eyeshadow palette, but they're basically telling you, look, use it at your own risk, which is what I've done here. So if this crap does not come off in 2 weeks, it's my own fault because they gave me a nice big warning. So that's that. And you can get this from urbandecay.com. I want to say Sephora sells it, don't quote me on that. But either way, I will include links to all of the palettes that I've mentioned here, except this one, because you can't buy this, girl. This is all mine. But I will give you a link to where you can get this. And, you know, if you have this palette, let me know what you think. I love, 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 love it. Buy it. And if anything, you know, it's, even if you never use it, it's one of those palettes where if you happen to need chartreuse eyeshadow, boom, you've already got it. So my darker girls, you'll love it. My lighter girls, you'll love it. My men, you will love it. So boom. I'll be back because I'm going to be talking about Urban Decay recently released their newest mascara called Perversion, and it's great. So I think that's going to be my next mascara review. It's a really awesome mascara. So bye. How do you turn this thing on?